Okay. Good morning, Miss Alice. So today we are from Group 4, and today we will present it about topic 5, and the topic is unfortunately there is a problem. So before that, I would like to introduce ourselves. The first member of Group 4 is me, Indriskar Ayulandari, and the second member is Nurin Arstiana Nur Amalia, and the last member is Resti Hairunisa. So here's the table of content. The first content is cross-cultural communication on the telephone. The second is problem solving on the telephone. The third is complaints, and the last is case example. And the first content will be presented by Resti.
Okay, thank you, Lee. And now I want to tell you about what is the cross-cultural communication. Okay, what is the cross-cultural communication? Cross-cultural communication is recognizing differences and similarities among cultural groups to effectively engage with in a given context. In other words, cross-cultural communication refers to how people from different cultural backgrounds adjust to improve communication. It helps people from different cultural backgrounds to communicate among themselves. It is important because in terms of business, we will meet a lot of people from various countries with different cultures. Of course, there will be a difference in the ways of communication. So understanding cross-cultural communication is important. But there is always a problem, especially when you have a conversation on the telephone. You can see their reaction. Then how do we overcome it? Next. Okay, here are the tips for making effective cross-cultural communication on the telephone. First is be open-minded. Being an open-minded person can help you learn about a lot of things. Being open-minded means you have no fear of learning something you never know. You have to accept that there are cultural differences between people depending on where they live. Second is research. You can research for yourself to learn about other cultures. While doing this, you have to make sure that the source you get are reliable to avoid the misconception. Third is maintain etiquette atau menjaga etika. For example, many cultures expect a degree of formality at the beginning of communication between individuals. Every culture has its own specific way of indicating this formality. The use of stand in Japan for men and women. Misalnya, banyak budaya mengharapkan tingkat formalitas di awal komunikasi antar individu. Setiap budaya memiliki cara khusus untuk menunjukkan formalitas, seperti dalam penggunaan san di Jepang untuk pria dan wanita. Boleh ya? And fourth is avoid slang atau tidak menggunakan bahasa gaul. They may understand the individual words you have said, but not the context or the meaning. As a result, you could end up confusing them or at words offending them. Mereka mungkin mengerti kata-kata yang kita ucapkan, tetapi tidak memahami konteks atau artinya. Akibatnya kita bisa membingungkan mereka atau paling buruknya yaitu menyinggung perasaan mereka. And the fifth or the last is speak slowly atau bicara pelan-pelan. Even though English is the common language in a cross-cultural situation, it's not a good idea to speak at your normal conversational speed. Modulating your pace will help as well speaking clearly and pronouncing your words properly. If you speak quickly or speak with a difficult accent, it will make it difficult for the person we're talking to understand what he's saying. And next is problem solving on the telephone will be presented by Indri.
Okay, the second content is problem solving on the telephone. Okay, how to solve the cross-cultural communication on the phone? The first is choose words carefully. Why you have to choose your words carefully? Because when you speak with people from different cultures, you cannot use ambiguous or slang to your partner, because the slight difference will lead you to a misconception or make your partner confused. And the second is stay calm. The first thing you do when you make a mistake on the phone is stay calm and don't be panic. And the last is say you're sorry. After you manage your calm, the second thing is to say sorry to your conversation partner. Make sure you don't make the same mistake after you apologize to them. And then the third content will be presented by Nurin.
The next is complaints in cross-cultural cultural communication. There are several causes that make complaints on the phone is difficult. One, language. So many differences in accents, vocabulary, pronunciation, and language proficiency can make conversations difficult to follow. Second is lack of body language. When you speak with a person, you can see the person's facial and body expressions. However, in the phone, you only hear the vocal inflections and tones. Third is time perception difference. Some cultures value time efficiency and to-the-point communication, while others may engage more relational conversations before discussing business matters. Next. The next is misunderstanding, often occur when people fail to accurately convey or interpret messages, leading to confusion, frustration, or conflict. And the last is technical issues. Technical issues is in communication, especially in digital or virtual settings, can greatly impact the effective. Okay. Next. So, how to handle complaints over the phone? One, listen actively. Let the customer speak without interruption. You have to remind yourself that the customer's complaints are directed at the situation and not you. Two, ask questions. Ask questions to clarify your understanding and repeat what you have heard. Three, provide solution. You can explain the steps to the customer if you have solution. Explain the steps with clear pronunciation so the customer will understand it easier. Next. The next content will be explained by Ingrid.
Okay, and for the last content is case example. For this example, we have a scenario, and the scenario is a business person from United States, John, is calling a potential client in Japan, Mr. Tanaka, to discuss a possible partnership. And the cultural difference in the United States atau di Amerika, getting straight to the point and discussing business matters quickly is common. Jadi di Amerika tuh biasanya mereka langsung to the point aja, nggak basa-basi. Meanwhile, in Japan, building relationship and establishing trust is crucial before discussing business. This is known as newamashi or root binding. Jadi kalau di Jepang itu mereka lebih ke bangun relasi dulu, bangun kepercayaan dulu, baru bahas ke intinya. And here's the telephone attitude. So John from US, telephone Mr. Tanaka in Japan. Hello, Mr. Tanaka, I'm John from WXYZ Corporation. I want to discuss a potential partnership between our companies. And Mr. Tanaka in Japan, and sorry, konnichiwa John-san, it's nice to speak with you. How was your trip to Japan? No, Mr. Tanaka is more interested in building a relationship and showing respect before discussing business. So the cross-cultural insight is important of understanding cultural difference in the telephone attitude to avoid misunderstanding and build a successful relationship. Jadi maksudnya di sini adalah si John itu kan dia yang nelpon Mr. Tanaka ya. Jadi John itu harus research seperti yang udah dijelaskan di materi kita tadi, dia tuh harus research gimana sih budaya telepon bisnis di Jepang itu, apakah sama seperti di Amerika yang harus to the point atau dia harus basa-basi dulu. And I think that's it from us from Group 4. Once again, thank you so much, Miss Alice, for the opportunity. And thank you, everyone. So, goodbye.